A Course in Miracles, Lesson 195. Love is the way I walk in gratitude, the rope bridge of love. Each of the 10 paragraphs in Lesson 195 is a plank in that bridge, and gratitude is the cord that holds each plank in place. Love built the bridge, but gratitude is how you stay on it without falling. Below that bridge, a dark, endless canyon of comparison, judgment, rivalry, revenge. Every time you look down and start comparing, they suffer more, they're freer, they have more or less, you wobble, you tremble. But when you walk with steady, quiet gratitude, hand in hand with your brother, the bridge holds, the bridge leads, the bridge disappears into light. Gratitude is a lesson hard to learn for those who look upon the world amiss. The most that they can do is see themselves as better off than others. And they try to be content because another seems to suffer more than they. How pitiful and deprecating are such thoughts. For who has cause for thanks while others have less cause? And who could suffer less because he sees another suffer more? Your gratitude is due to him alone, who made all cause of sorrow disappear throughout the world. Gratitude is a lesson hard to learn for those who look upon the world amiss. Why? Because they're looking down. They're staring into the canyon, trying to measure suffering and success like a scoreboard. Their idea of gratitude isn't rooted in love, it's rooted in luck. Thank God it's not me. But that's not thanks. That's fear dressed up as fortune. That's not walking the bridge. That's inching along the edge, hoping someone else falls first. The most that they can do is see themselves as better off than others. Here's how that shows up. Well, at least I still have my job. At least my kid isn't out in the streets. At least we're not like them. They think gratitude means I got spared. But love doesn't hand out life jackets to a few and let the rest drown. That's not love. That's survivalism in disguise. And they try to be content because another seems to suffer more than they. That's the dirty deal the ego made. If you hurt, I get to feel better. If you lose, I win. If you're sick, I'm safe. So I find my comfort in your chaos. And call that gratitude. That's not a bridge. That's a seesaw in hell, mighty companion. Someone always has to be down for me to feel up. How pitiful and deprecating are such thoughts. Deprecating means it pulls you down. Not just down into guilt, but into smallness. You shrink your soul to feel thankful for someone else's pain. That's not noble. It's pitiful. Because in trying to lift yourself, you step on your brother's back. And love never steps. Love stoops. Love serves. Love lifts. For who has cause for thanks while others have less cause? That's like saying, I'm rich because you're poor. I'm healthy because you're dying. I'm free because you're chained. That ain't gratitude. That's hierarchy. That's ego. That's the world made real. That's the illusion of separation getting applause. And who could suffer less because he sees another suffer more? Exactly. That's not relief. That's voyeurism. That's saying, your fire distracts me from my smoke. But it doesn't put the fire out in either of us. It just means we forgot we were holding the same match. You don't get healed because your brother bleeds. You both just get infected. Your gratitude is due to him alone who made all cause of sorrow disappear throughout the world. Here's the shift, the real bridge. The gratitude is not because I'm better off. It's because there is no better off. God's love doesn't compare. It completes. He didn't leave some of us in the canyon so others could climb. He dissolved the canyon altogether. Only love remains. Only one walk, only one light. So what are we saying here, mighty companion? The world's gratitude is based on inequality. The course's gratitude is based on identity, in the world. Thank you that I'm not them. In truth, thank you that I am as you created me. Let's walk the rest of this lesson just like that. Each paragraph, another plank. Each step, another chance to remember, love is the way. Gratitude is the walk. Comparison is the canyon. It is insane to offer thanks because of suffering. But it is equally insane to fail in gratitude to one who offers you the certain means whereby all pain is healed and suffering replaced with laughter and with happiness. Nor could the even partly sane refuse to take the steps which he directs and follow in the way he sets before them to escape a prison that they thought contained no door to the deliverance they now perceive. It is insane to offer thanks because of suffering. That's like bowing to the fire for keeping you warm after it burned your house down. That's not gratitude. That's Stockholm Syndrome. That's spiritual confusion masquerading as humility. Don't thank the bars of your cell just because you made a pillow out of straw. But it is equally insane to fail in gratitude to one who offers you the certain means whereby all pain is healed and suffering replaced with laughter and with happiness. Now this right here, this is the bridge itself. This is the builder. The one who stretched this rope across the canyon and said, walk. And not just walk. Walk with joy, with laughter, not because the pain was holy, but because it was never real. You're not being asked to laugh at the wound. You're being invited to laugh at the dream that made you believe it was the truth. Nor could the even partly sane refuse to take the steps which he directs and follow in the way he sets before them. Listen now. Even someone who's just had a taste of sanity, just a glimpse, will recognize this bridge when it appears. Because this isn't a detour. This isn't a workaround. This is the way out. The only sane step is to follow the way where every footstep lifts you higher than the last. To escape a prison that they thought contained no door to the deliverance they now perceive. You thought there was no way out. You thought the walls were closing in. You thought the cell was sealed. But look again. That wasn't a prison. It was a waiting room. That wasn't a sentence. It was a setup. The ego painted the walls to look like stone. But love knocked once and the whole thing vanished. Not because it collapsed, but because it was never really there. So what's the truth we're walking with, mighty companion? Gratitude is not about enduring the prison. It's about realizing there's no prison at all. Gratitude doesn't say, thank God for the pain. It says, thank God for the light that showed me I was dreaming of pain. Suffering never sanctifies, but awakening does. And when you see that rope bridge ahead, you don't wait. You don't hesitate. You walk. You laugh. You weep with joy. Because now you see what's real. Your brother is your enemy because you see in him the rival for your peace. A plunderer who takes his joy from you and leaves you nothing but a black despair so bitter and relentless that there is no hope remaining. Now is vengeance all there is to wish for. Now can you but try to bring him down to lie in death with you, as useless as yourself, as little left within his grasping fingers as in yours. Mighty companion, we done stepped onto the plank where people start swinging hammers. Where the ego, wild-eyed and trembling, grabs the rope bridge of love and tries to yank the whole thing down, just because your brother stepped on it with you. This is paragraph 3. This is where illusions of enemy try to wear the mask of justice. But let's expose it. Let's walk it slow and sacred. Your brother is your enemy because you see in him the rival for your peace. You look up and see him on the same bridge, and instead of reaching for his hand, you reach for a reason. Why is he here? Why do you get peace too? The ego whispers. He took something from you. He stole your joy, your time, your worth, your place in line. Now the bridge begins to creak, not because it's weak, but because you're shaking it with suspicion. Your heart closes, and suddenly the path looks narrow. A plunderer who takes his joy from you and leaves you nothing but a black despair so bitter and relentless that there is no hope remaining. You tell yourself a story. If he has it, I don't. You see him smiling and it turns your stomach. You see her succeed and it feels like a theft. You think someone else's happiness came straight out of your account. And now, you're left bankrupt. You don't see a brother, you see a bandit. And now you walk not on the bridge of love, but on a tightrope of rage, looking for someone to push. Now is vengeance all there is to wish for? You don't want reconciliation. You want balance. But the ego's kind. You want him to feel what you feel. You want her to pay what you paid. You want sorrow to equalize the scale. But vengeance doesn't balance anything. It just deepens the canyon. And it makes you think you're building justice when you're actually digging your own despair. Now can you but try to bring him down to lie in death with you, as useless as yourself, as little left within his grasping fingers as in yours. Here it is, the fantasy of equal ruin. You don't want to rise, you just want everyone to fall at the same rate. His grasping fingers reaching for meaning, and yours clawing at echoes. Two bodies in the ditch of bitterness, each convinced the other one caused the fall. But who built the ditch? Who dug it? Who willed it? That's the ego's holy ground. That's the place it guards with righteous fury. If I can't have peace, no one can. So what's the truth, companion? When you make your brother your enemy, you are not attacking him. You are ripping up the planks of your own bridge. You're calling your freedom a threat. You're calling love a thief. You're calling light a rival. You could have walked forward, but you turned around just to point fingers. And now, you're grasping. Both of you. Not for justice, but for worth. And here's the twist. You already had it. Love didn't forget you. But you forgot your brother's place in it. You want to walk again, mighty companion? Then put the hammer down and offer your hand. That's how the bridge holds. You do not offer God your gratitude because your brother is more slave than you, nor could you sanely be enraged if he seems freer. Love makes no comparisons. And gratitude can only be sincere if it be joined to love. We offer thanks to God our Father that in us all things will find their freedom. It will never be that some are loosed while others still are bound. For who can bargain in the name of love? You do not offer God your gratitude because your brother is more slave than you, nor could you sanely be enraged if he seems freer. If your joy depends on his chains, you're not walking in love. You're counting your freedom against his captivity. You're turning the bridge into a scoreboard again. Who's ahead? Who's behind? But love doesn't race. Love doesn't envy. Love doesn't need someone else to crawl just so you can call it flight. And here's the feedback loop. If freedom is real, it can't belong to just you. So if your brother's not free, you're still dreaming. The loop isn't closed until all are home. Love makes no comparisons. Why would it? Who would it measure? Love is all there is. What does everything compare itself to? More love? That's nonsense. Comparison is the sign you've stepped off the bridge and into the fog. Because the moment you compare, you split the one into two. You chop up wholeness and pretend the fragments can be ranked. But love just is. It sees no more or less, just same, just holy. just you. And gratitude can only be sincere if it be joined to love. This is another loop. Because love begets gratitude, and gratitude reveals more love. It circles in on itself. It keeps giving birth to what it already is. Any thanks not born in love is just flattery dressed in fear. It's bargaining in disguise. It's saying, I'll thank you as long as I get something out of this. But real gratitude says, you are me, so how could I not rejoice in you? We offer thanks to God our Father, that in us all things will find their freedom. Look at that phrasing. In us, not beside us, not beneath us. In us. If it's in me, then it's in you. If the prison door swings open in one cell, then the whole row is released. This is how the loop works. Freedom in one is freedom in all. Because there's only one mind, only one bridge, only one crossing. It will never be that some are loosed while others still are bound. That's the lie of the world, that some make it and some get left behind, that some rise while others must sink. But love doesn't climb over nobody. Love lifts. And if lifting isn't mutual, it's not real. That's the grace of God's math, all or none. And since God doesn't do none, then you can rest in all. For who can bargain in the name of love? What would all bargain with? What would perfection trade for? What would the infinite want that it didn't already give? The ego says, let's make a deal. Love says, let me be, because love doesn't negotiate. It radiates. It doesn't need agreement. It is the agreement. So what's the full loop, mighty companion? Gratitude without comparison, freedom without exception, love without negotiation. And every time the mind wants to make a deal, draw a line, rank a soul, withhold a blessing, you stop, and you step back onto the bridge. Because if your brother's still in chains, you're just dreaming in circles. But love is the circle you wake up in. Therefore give thanks, but in sincerity. And let your gratitude make room for all who will escape with you. The sick, the weak, the needy and afraid, and those who mourn a seeming loss or feel apparent pain, who suffer cold or hunger, or who walk the way of hatred and the path of death. All these go with you. Let us not compare ourselves with them, for thus we split them off from our awareness of the unity we share with them, as they must share with us. Therefore give thanks, but in sincerity. Not the kind of thanks that sighs. Well, I guess I'm better off than some. No. Real thanks. Thanks that bows deep because it sees no difference. Thanks that flows from the center of the circle, not the edge. Thanks that means it. And let your gratitude make room for all who will escape with you. The sick, the weak, the needy and afraid, and those who mourn a seeming loss or feel apparent pain, who suffer cold or hunger, or who walk the way of hatred and the path of death. You hear that? Make room. This bridge is not a solo mission. The sick are coming. The sorrowful are limping. The haters are weeping behind their masks. The ego says, they don't deserve to walk with you. Love says, then you don't deserve to walk at all. Because if it ain't all, it ain't real. Let them walk. Let them rest. Let them heal as you heal. Because they were never outside of you. All these go with you. Don't flinch. Don't cherry-pick who gets to cross. There's no VIP rope here. The ones you thought were disqualified, they're holding your place. Every time you tried to outrun them, you slowed down. Every time you tried to exclude them, you forgot yourself. They don't just go with you, they are you. Let us not compare ourselves with them, for thus we split them off from our awareness of the unity we share with them as they must share with us. Comparison slices the circle. It turns the golden loop of love into a jagged spiral of judgment. You don't lift anyone by standing above them. You lift by walking with. You can't remember wholeness by practicing division. You can't return to God by rejecting His children. If the bridge shakes, check your heart. You might be trying to walk forward while holding someone else back. Let them come. All of them. The angry, the addict, the arrogant, the abandoned. Your gratitude is not real until it stretches wide enough to carry them too. So what's the truth, mighty companion? This isn't a gated escape. This is a homecoming parade. And every soul you tried to skip was carrying your name in their pocket. Let the bridge widen. Let the crowd pass. Let the heart expand. Let the thanks rise, not just for what you've been given, but for who you never lost. We thank our Father for one thing alone, that we are separate from no living thing, and therefore one with Him. And we rejoice that no exceptions ever can be made which would reduce our wholeness, nor impair or change our function to complete the one who is Himself completion. We give thanks for every living thing, for otherwise we offer thanks for nothing, and we fail to recognize the gifts of God to us. Who, mighty companion, we're standing on the plank of all planks. Paragraph 6 is not just a step on the bridge. It is the bridge. It's the section where the illusion collapses, and the light of only one reality floods through every crack. We thank our Father for one thing alone, that we are separate from no living thing and therefore one with Him. Not 2 things, not 10 things, not 1,000 blessings. One thing alone. That we are not separate from anything that lives, which means we are not separate from the bird on the wire, or the addict in the alley, or the CEO in the high-rise, or the child with no name. We are not separate from the one who hurt us. We are not separate from the one we thought we'd never forgive. We are not separate from the enemy, the stranger, or the shadow. And because of that, we are one with Him. Because what else could God be but the life that lives in all of it? And we rejoice that no exceptions ever can be made which would reduce our wholeness. You want to know what reduces wholeness, companion? And we rejoice that no exceptions ever can be made which would reduce our wholeness. You want to know what reduces wholeness, companion? The idea of a goat, greatest of all time. The crowned one, the chosen one, the famous, the rich, the genius, the savior, the special. Every time you elevate one, you lower another. And every time you lower another, you split the one into 2. But God don't do partials. He doesn't build pyramids. He builds circles. And His love doesn't rise to the top. It rises through everything. So we rejoice, not that we're more, but that no one is less. Nor impair or change our function to complete the one who is Himself completion. Here it is. The world tells you your function is to hustle, to achieve, to grind, to become, to prove, to win. But the Course says, you're not here to become anything. You're here to remember that you already are everything. You're here to complete the one. Who is already complete? How? By waking up to the fact that your life is not a lonely spark in the dark. It's a piece of the light that never left the source. We give thanks for every living thing, not just the things that comfort us, not just the ones that flatter us. Every living thing, the barking dog, the broken system, the bodies in the news, the rude clerk, the friend who disappeared, the forgotten, the forsaken, the fungi, the forest, the fool, the face in the mirror. If it breathes, thank it. If it moves, thank it. If it seems to be separate, especially thank it, because that's the one you're most tempted to exclude. And exclusion is amnesia. It makes you forget who you are. For otherwise we offer thanks for nothing, and we fail to recognize the gifts of God to us. You can't be grateful for some of what lives, because partial gratitude is spiritual counterfeit. It says, "This is worthy, but that is not." But God doesn't gift in fragments. And love doesn't parcel out identity. It's all or nothing. If you can't see the gift in the things you don't want, then you're blind to the gifts you already have. Gratitude that skips over one thing misses everything. So what's the truth, mighty companion? God gave you everything by giving you oneness, not one more than others, not one above others, one with all others. And the only gratitude that's real is the kind that thanks every blade of grass, every mosquito bite, every name that triggers you, every face you don't understand, every echo of life that you'd rather overlook. Because until you thank all of it, you haven't thanked God at all. Then let our brothers lean their tired heads against our shoulders as they rest a while. We offer thanks for them. For if we can direct them to the peace that we would find, the way is opening at last to us. An ancient door is swinging free again. A long-forgotten word re-echoes in our memory and gathers clarity as we are willing once again to hear. This is paragraph 7, and this right here, this isn't a plank. This is a rest stop on the bridge. This is where love pauses, not because it's tired, but because it's compassionate. This is where the strong don't run ahead. They kneel and let the weary lean. Not because they're saviors, but because they remember. I used to be tired too. Then let our brothers lean their tired heads against our shoulders as they rest a while. Let them lean, don't correct them, don't rush them, don't quote scripture at their ache. Let them lean, because they've been walking this same bridge, only their legs gave out before yours did. And the truth is, they're not slowing you down. They're slowing you open. Let their tiredness teach you tenderness. We offer thanks for them. That's right. We don't just tolerate them. We don't just pray for them. We thank them. Why? Because they show us the places we haven't forgiven yet. They pull up the hidden roots. They trigger the echoes in us we didn't want to hear. Every difficult brother is a mirror on the path. And when you can thank the reflection, you've started to see your own healing. For if we can direct them to the peace that we would find, the way is opening at last to us. If you can show it, you know it. You don't teach peace by memorizing lines. You teach peace by extending it, even to the ones who can't yet find their footing. You want to reach the end of the bridge, then guide someone else across it. And watch as the very act of guiding guides you. An ancient door is swinging free again. This isn't a new revelation. This is a forgotten one. That door didn't just appear. It's always been there, waiting behind the wall you built when you thought separation was safer than love. But now, because you let your brother rest, because you thanked instead of blamed, because you remembered to see sameness, the lock fell off. The door is swinging. Love never forced it open. You did, by remembering to wait for your brother. A long-forgotten word re-echoes in our memory and gathers clarity as we are willing once again to hear. And what is that word, mighty companion? God is but love, and therefore so am I. That's the word. That's the hum in the background of the dream. That's the note that never left the song. And the moment you stop talking over it, you'll hear it. The moment you stop comparing, judging and defending, you'll remember it. The word echoes louder, not because it changed, but because you got still enough to listen. So what's the truth, mighty companion? You don't reach heaven by racing past your brother. You reach it by pausing when he falters and offering a shoulder. Because the ancient door doesn't open with force. It opens with remembrance. And what do you remember? That the word is still in you, still in him, still in all. And you don't need a new revelation. You just need to be quiet long enough to hear the one you forgot. Walk then in gratitude the way of love. For hatred is forgotten when we lay comparisons aside. What more remains as obstacles to peace? The fear of God is now undone at last, and we forgive without comparing. Thus we cannot choose to overlook some things and yet retain some other things still locked away as sins. When your forgiveness is complete, you will have total gratitude, for you will see that everything has earned the right to love by being loving, even as yourself. Mighty companion, this plank is wide, deep, and dangerous if misunderstood. This is the paragraph where the ego panics, because here comes the deal breaker. No more comparisons. No more partial forgiveness. No more fake peace. This is where the bridge says, you can't keep walking unless you leave the lockbox behind. Walk then in gratitude the way of love. Not the way of bargaining, not the way of grievance, the way of love. And how do you walk in love? Gratefully, not rushing, not looking over your shoulder, not carrying a list of offenses. You walk like someone who knows nothing real can be taken from them. For hatred is forgotten when we lay comparisons aside. Hatred needs comparison like a fire needs air. Cut off the supply, and it dies. You can't hate unless you think someone has more power, more love, more opportunity, more beauty. But love looks at all of it and says, same light, different form. No threat here, only me. What more remains as obstacles to peace? Let's name them. Obstacles equals barriers, blocks, hiccups, hitches, handicaps, snags, hurdles, drawbacks, blockades, barricades, dams in the river of truth. But here's the real obstacle, the belief that God's love is selective. The idea that some things deserve grace and some things don't. That's the snag that snags the whole bridge. Let it go. The fear of God is now undone at last. You better say that again. Undone, not calmed, not negotiated with. Undone, because fear of God is the ego's crown jewel. It's the lie that says, you better stay small so he won't smite you. You better fake holy or else. But love doesn't punish. God doesn't condemn. And the only thing that ever made you tremble was the projection of your own guilt onto him. Now we drop it. And when we drop fear, we walk free. And we forgive without comparing. No more ranking sins. No more keeping one eye open. No more saying, that one's easy to forgive. That one, never. Forgiveness is either whole or it's a stall tactic. Thus we cannot choose to overlook some things and yet retain some other things still locked away as sins. Oh, now we're opening the treasure chest, huh? The private stash. The little black box of unforgiveness. The ex you still resent. The friend you secretly envy. The family member you labeled toxic. The thing you let go of but still replay in your mind at 3 a.m. You think you can walk the bridge with a suitcase full of these? Love says, only empty hands can receive what I give. When your forgiveness is complete, you will have total gratitude. Complete, as in whole, intact, nothing missing, nothing held back, nothing swept under the rug, nothing saved for later. You know what forgiveness really is? It's the willingness to let the illusion go. All of it. Not just the parts you're tired of carrying, but the parts you still secretly admire, or justify, or nurse like a wound you don't want to heal. For you will see that everything has earned the right to love by being loving, even as yourself. That's the final turn. not because everything deserved love by effort, but because everything is love underneath the lie. Every person you judged was loving at their core. Every scene you resisted was offering healing. Every shadow you feared was a call for your light. And when your forgiveness is whole, your vision is whole. And when your vision is whole, you don't see enemies. You see yourself, loving, beloved, and one. So what's the truth, mighty companion? If you're still comparing, you're still withholding. If you're still ranking sins, you're still bargaining. If you're still saving just one thing to never forgive, you've paused your own walk. But if you let it all go, truly, deeply, totally, then you will see again. And what you see will no longer be fragments. It will be love in its totality. Uncut, unlimited, undivided, and unbelievably, you. Today we learn to think of gratitude in place of anger, malice, and revenge. We have been given everything. If we refuse to recognize it, we are not entitled, therefore, to our bitterness and to a self-perception which regards us in a place of merciless pursuit, where we are badgered ceaselessly and pushed about without a thought or care for us or for our future. Gratitude becomes the single thought we substitute for these insane perceptions. God has cared for us and calls us son. Can there be more than this? Mighty companion, paragraph 9 right here. This is the intervention. This is the part where the Course doesn't whisper anymore. It steps in the room, looks you in the eye, pulls your bitterness off like a heavy coat and says, stop lying about who you are. Today we learn to think of gratitude in place of anger, malice, and revenge. Not tomorrow, not after one more argument, not once we feel ready, today. And what are we trading in? Not peace for peace, not love for more love. We're laying down anger, malice, revenge, that slow-boiling rage, that smile that hides a sword, that subtle fantasy where they suffer just enough to get it, that craving to be right, even if it costs your joy. Gratitude walks in and sweeps the table. It says, there's nothing to avenge when you've already been given everything. We have been given everything, and don't water that down. Not some things, not eventually, not if you're good. Everything. Love, innocence, eternal safety, joy that doesn't run out, a self that can't be broken, a father that never blinked when you thought you left. You've already have it. You already are it. You just keep reaching like it's not in your hand. If we refuse to recognize it, we are not entitled, therefore, to our bitterness. Read that slow, because the ego says, they did me wrong. This isn't fair. You don't know what I've been through. But the Course says, you've already been given everything. So what exactly are you bitter about? A dream, a shadow on the wall. And let's not skip this line. You are not entitled to your bitterness. Bitterness is not your inheritance. It's not your birthright. It's not your truth. It's your excuse for staying separate. And to a self-perception which regards us in a place of merciless pursuit, where we are badgered ceaselessly and pushed about without a thought or care for us or for our future. That's the drama script, mighty companion. That's the soap opera we keep binge-watching. I'm just trying to survive. No one looks out for me. Life's just out here hitting me from all sides. You've cast yourself as the hunted and called that identity. But that's not who you are. You're not the one being chased. You're the one dreaming the whole scene. And when you wake up, all the chaos disappears. Not because it got fixed, but because it was never real. Gratitude becomes the single thought we substitute for these insane perceptions. One thought, not 5, not a list, not a step-by-step plan. Gratitude, It says, I already have it. Nothing's missing. No one took anything from me. What are some of those insane perceptions we're laying down? God forgot me. I'm on my own. I have to earn love. Other people can block my destiny. Healing takes time. I'm too far gone. Lies. All of them. And they fall with one thought. Thank you. God has cared for us and calls us son. That's not poetry. That's reality. You don't have to ask God to care. You have to stop pretending he doesn't. You're already cared for, already held, already known, already named. And that name, it's not failure. It's not victim. It's not almost. It's son, beloved. Same light, same source, same identity. Can there be more than this? That's the question that ends the game. If you think there's more, go chase it. But if you feel that pull in your soul, that whisper that says, this is it, this is enough, this is home, then stay right here, because there is no more. And there never was anything else. So, what's the truth, mighty companion? You've already been rescued, already been redeemed, already been given everything. But until you drop the cloak of bitterness, the costume of the chaste, the cheated, the condemned, you won't see it. And the bridge won't carry a story that heavy. So lay it down. Pick up one thought. Gratitude. Not gratitude for the pain, but gratitude for the light that showed you the pain was never you. Our gratitude will pave the way to him and shorten our learning time by more than you could ever dream of. Gratitude goes hand in hand with love, and where one is, the other must be found. For gratitude is but an aspect of the love which is the source of all creation. God gives thanks to you, his Son, for being what you are, his own completion and the source of love along with him. Your gratitude to him is one with his to you. For love can walk no road except the way of gratitude, and thus we go who walk the way to God. Mighty companion, this is the closing note of the song that never started and never ends. This isn't just a paragraph. This is the arrival. This is the point on the bridge where the planks fall away, because you're not walking anymore. You're being carried. Let's take paragraph 10 home in the cadence of God's own memory. Final plank, final tone, final nothing, because everything has already been given. Our gratitude will pave the way to him and shorten our learning time by more than you could ever dream of. You don't need another degree. You don't need a spiritual to-do list yet. You don't need a better version of you. All you need is thanks. Thanks that says, I already have it. I already am it. There's nothing else to find. And the moment you drop the search, the path appears. It's been there the whole time. Paved, clear, lit with joy. Gratitude goes hand in hand with love, and where one is, the other must be found. Like smoke and stack, companion. Like sunlight and warmth. Like breath and life. Gratitude doesn't walk alone. Love never travels without her twin. You see one? You're already holding the other. If your heart says thank you, your soul already knows it's loved. For gratitude is but an aspect of the love which is the source of all creation. This isn't small. This isn't sentimental. This isn't thank you for the parking space. This is thank you that says, you made me from yourself. You didn't withhold a single thing. You gave me your wholeness and called it my name. That kind of gratitude creates. It doesn't respond, it radiates. It doesn't just reflect the light, it is the light. God gives thanks to you, his Son, for being what you are, his own completion and the source of love along with him. Now come on now. Let's not brush past that. God gives thanks to you. He doesn't demand it from you. He doesn't measure your worth. He already called you complete. And that word, Completion means nothing's missing, nothing to add, nothing left to earn, nothing more to become. You are his success, his expression, his finished work. And he thanks you for being it. Not for what you've done, but for what you are. Your gratitude to him is one with his to you. That's the loop. That's the whole spiral of truth. It starts in God. It moves through you. And it returns untouched. You can't thank God without being God's thankfulness himself. The giver and the receiver are the same breath. For love can walk no road except the way of gratitude, and thus we go who walk the way to God. There's only one road. If you're walking in anything other than gratitude, you're walking in a circle. But when you step in gratitude, you're no longer trying to get somewhere. You're remembering you never left. So yes, thus we go. Not stumble, not crawl, not search. We go. In joy, in peace, in thanks. Because there's only one destination, and it's not ahead. It's within. It's God. And you're already there. So what's the truth, mighty companion? Gratitude is not a step. It's the walk itself. The bridge, the sky, the home, the answer, the final breath and the first awakening. God is not waiting on you. He's walking with you. And when you say thank you, you hear him whisper, I've been here the whole time. That's the way to God. And thus we go.